So let's talk about something very, very interesting. I just recently watched this interview with a billionaire, a legit billionaire, who on paper has, I think, a 1.5 US dollar billion net worth, which, ain't bad. It's certainly more money than most people. Now, he made a couple of interesting remarks. The first one was really how if he had like $50 million and he raked in maybe $2 million a year in net profit, and that was it. That was pretty much what he was living on, really. So whether you had like 100 million, these are just so big numbers, but really, but just listen to this. If he had, or excuse me, if he had about 100 million or $1 billion, it wouldn't really have mattered really, because he could just live the same lifestyle. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and speculate and theorize as of which one is better. Obviously, we all want $1.5 billion instead of $100 million. That's number one. But it just goes to show you that really you don't need these crazy, insane, inflated numbers, really. And that's not to say that you don't need money, because you do, because they're an important tool. But still, just letting you know. However, what else you need to know is the following. And this quote is very, very, like I said, it's interesting, but it's also very, very revealing. He said, nobody's going to outwork me. He went on to say that I have, I think, 17,000 employees. I got companies here. I run hotels, or he did run hotels. He built some theme parks. He invested in several businesses and so on. And basically, he got up to work every single day. If he stayed up late, if he went to bed at 4 a.m, wasted, drunk, whatever, because he was out partying or something, and he had a 6 o'clock breakfast in the morning, he would show up for that 6 o'clock breakfast. Really. I mean, that's how he lived his life. And so, this is just pure good old persuasion. The persuasion to work hard, because you basically need to work hard to show up. Unless you win the lottery, which let's just assume is never going to happen. Theoretically, hypothetically, there is a chance you might win in the lottery. It is. I'm not going to deny that. But that chance of you winning, let's say, $50 million, I'm just picking some random number, $50 million in the lottery, those chances are so slim. Yes, they could theoretically happen, but it's the same. I don't know. I would assume that you could compare it with the following. If you're at any point located somewhere in America, and during your stay, an airplane takes off from New York to LA. At some random point, somebody drops a ball from that airplane. If that ball hits you in the head, I think that's a greater likelihood of happening. Or I think that has a greater likelihood of happening rather than you winning the lottery. I think, but I'm not sure. Either way, very small to very slim to non-chances, really. So much so, it's basically negligible. Neglectable. I'm gonna say neglectable. I feel like that's the proper term. I don't really know. I don't like it when this happens. Anyway, getting back to the point here. So, the guy shows up. This dude, old man, by the way, has 6 grandkids, whatever. I think it was 69 or something. Shows up for work. Well, do you know who else shows up for work all the time? Donald Trump. Hate him or love him. You can say whatever you want about Trump. He's this, he's that. Well, guess what? He's also fucking rich. That's just an objective truth. He was rich before he became the US president. And don't tell me he's getting rich out of being a president. He's not. In fact, I want to say he's losing money. I think Trump is honestly losing money over getting involved in politics. All those lost business opportunities because he took a side that people don't like, the incredible number of court cases he's been through, and all the legal fees he's had to pay, et cetera, and all the lost opportunity he has now as president to do business, which he otherwise could have taken advantage of had he not opted to become president. Just think about it. Logically, it makes no sense other than wanting to save his country. Now, again, I know I sound like a Republican MAGA gun nut. That's not really the point. The point is just to show you, or to illustrate for you, how Trump pretty much ain't gaining any money out of being president. However, getting back to the point here, Trump is laborious. He works hard. This billionaire dude is also laborious and works hard. And that's what you need to do as well. Because yes, sure, and this guy said as much. Luck plays an important role. But if you don't work on creating luck, if you don't work on making so many left turns and so many right turns, it turns out mirrored for those who are watching, but you get the idea. And U-turns for that matter, then you're not going to get closer to luck. So basically, the gist of what I'm saying here is the following. Work hard, get up early in the morning every single day, work 12 to 14-hour days, and outwork your competition, outmuscle your competition, outsmart your competition, outwit your competition, persuade yourself to literally to follow your dreams. That doesn't mean to work what you think is the dream life, but to build what you believe is the dream life. Essentially making money. I don't care if you make money selling toilet paper or whatever, or OnlyFans. Well, I mean, I do kind of care. Don't do OnlyFans. That's my recommendation, but still. But you get the idea, right? If you want to sell toilet paper and get rich out of letting people clean their asses comfortably, then do so. Sell toilet paper. The point is, if you're going to sell toilet paper, then be the best toilet paper sales clerk there is. Persuade yourself to work hard, because that's how you get closer to creating luck. The sort of luck that one day potentially could maybe lead you into making lots and lots of money. Think about it. That's proper persuasion that's the proper persuasion lesson for the day. If you want to learn more about persuasion with respect to business and so on, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.